Well, today on 8, we continue our coverage of the massive flooding of the Rio Grande. Law enforcement has told people to heed their safety warnings. However, this morning, the first death is reported as a result of this disaster. It's our top story. The details are coming out of Nuevo Laredo, where, according to Mexican reports, the river current swept up a 70-year-old man, vehicle and all, late Friday night. They tell us the body of Alejandro Moreno Gonzalez was retrieved from the Rio Grande early this morning. This after witnesses called emergency rescuers, saying they saw the man drive his car into a flooded street and shortly after was swept into the river by the current. Now, they are reporting that the man has an address here in Laredo, but also one in Mexico in Ciudad Madero. We are trying to confirm with U.S. officials whether or not he is a U.S. citizen. We'll keep you updated on this tragic incident. Well, it's been a week of serious flooding in Webb County, but finally the Rio Grande is slowly receding, leaving a few roads dry and others covered in mud. This right here is what the river looks like today. Los Dos Lados Park and all the parking lots near it are still underwater. Power lines are covered in grass and other debris. Water Street is now visible and dry as the river level has dropped to 32 feet above flood level after reaching a whopping 42 feet above that flood level. Officials say the water in downtown Laredo is only 8 feet above flood level. The National Weather Service is predicting the river is expected to rise just a few feet before slowly starting to recede again. It may take several more days before reaching normal levels. And we all watched as international bridges shut down one by one as a result of the extremely high river levels. But now all 4 bridges are officially open. Pedestrian bridge number 1 opened early this morning after it was shut down Wednesday. It was the last of the 4 to open back up this week after being threatened by the flood. The week still comes close to the bottom of the bridge, but has been deemed safe to reopen. Some other good news to report today. Both the Chacon Creek Bridge and all lanes of Highway 83 have reopened as well. Sections of those roads were closed due to flooding these past 2 days, causing some traffic headaches. But again, both the Chacon Creek Bridge and Highway 83 are now open. Laredo families are starting the cleanup as homes begin drying up after the floods. We continue covering what now has become a mass recovery effort in some areas after days of being underwater. Our Nick Garcia witnessed some of the heartbreaking sights in West Laredo. She has more.
It's simply devastating to see what's been left behind, not only here on Los Martinez streets, but in various parts of Laredo. Now, today people say it's getting worse as they start realizing just how much they lost. Now, some say they had little to no notice about what would happen here as the water rose. There have been several city crews trying to help in the cleanup, but residents say it's simply not enough. Many have spent their small budgets buying food and water over the last few days, but their money has run out. Some have no broom to help sweep out the mud, and others say they have no assistance in getting the trash out of their homes. The days are heating up, but people here say no one has brought any water, and they're wondering where all the help has gone. Now, in the last few hours, some of the people here have seen some relief. We'll tell you a little bit about that later on in our newscast. In West Laredo, Annette Garcia, PRO8NEWS.
Well, along with those issues, many residents have also said looting has begun in their neighborhoods. Thieves taking advantage of people in need. We'll have that story tonight on PRO8NEWS at 10. And just as Annette said a little while ago, there have been a few groups of people who have stepped forward to help. Some have even come as far away as Dallas. Dozens of teenagers from St. Anne Catholic Parish in Coppell, Texas, decided to lend a helping hand to the people in Laredo. They originally came to help in other community service projects, but changed their plans after seeing the devastation near the river. The youth group used its own money to purchase hundreds of dollars in supplies and are hoping to gather even more money to help our area.
Morning, we came down here and just saw the incredible need and suffering and devastation and people that just needed help. And so we just an hour ago shifted the whole focus of our mission trip from, building a fence and a lot of other projects to flood relief and helping in whatever way we can here. So.
Well, the group says they're honored and blessed to help the people of Webb County and ask that everyone stop and think about how lucky they are and give some of their own time to help. City Councilman Dean Belmares also hit the streets of Laredo helping with the cleanup. Dozens of volunteers drove in with pressure washers, generators, disinfectants, bug spray, and even water and food. Southern Sanitation also helped in clearing out some of the mess left behind. Councilman Belmares says City Council is doing everything they can to help, but obviously they have limited resources.
To the businesses of the city of Laredo, we're both appealing to the good people of Laredo to come out and give us a hand with this particular situation, because we've got, in this one area alone, 10 blocks of devastation. It's nothing like I've ever seen before in Laredo. My district has had flooding before, but nothing in comparison to this, where so many people have lost so much, and we're going to do everything we can to help them.
Well, Webb County is expected to receive money from the Federal Emergency Management Association, or FEMA. On Thursday, Mayor Raul Salinas and Webb County Judge Danny Valdez signed a state of disaster declaration for Laredo. The county is waiting to see whether or not the governor will do the same, but because Laredoans are expected to see some money coming their way to help restore any damages done by the flooding, they're urged to follow a few procedures. If your home was damaged by the floods, you must call 311 in order to register your home with the city of Laredo. That way, city officials can go to your house and take estimates of all the damage that may have been done. Also, it's important to take photos of the damage done to your home. Officials with FEMA also say you need to keep all receipts of items purchased to clean or restore your house. Again, FEMA money is expected to be granted to the city, but it is a long process, so city officials urge residents to please be patient and register your home if necessary. Local groups are coming together to help with some necessities for those in need. Here is just one of the places you can drop off any water, non-perishable food, and clothing. The Poltron Academy and Judge Juan Caballero have teamed up to take donations today and tomorrow in the Peter Piper parking lot on San Barrio. The group will be there through 8 o'clock tonight, and again tomorrow from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. They will not be accepting any cash. Several rescue teams have been in Laredo ready to take action if needed during the flood. One of those groups is the Texas Task Force of Austin, which spent time testing their equipment at Lake Casablanca just today. Task Force officials say besides helping in the flooding situation, they're taking time to help train local firefighters.
Going over our equipment, what we bring with us when we come here, and then we're also going to talk later today about the training that we go through, the personal protective equipment that we have, and then kind of our operational guidelines.
Now the group remains on standby as the flood warning continues. Still ahead, if you're a fan of